I thank you all Data Labs India team for doing the event. Thank you very much. So I take this as an opportunity to welcome our keynote speaker, Mr. Amitabh Saxena. Mr. Amitabh Saxena is going to speak today about achieving manufacturing excellence through Six Sigma methodology. Okay. So I think this is a topic near and dear to Amitabh. Okay, so we would like to hear from him. So let me give a quick round of introduction of Amitabh. So Mr. Amitabh Saxena is an expert helping individuals and organizations to achieve their goals through data analytics, machine learning, AI, Lean, Six Sigma, and data science, and also project management. With over 30 years of experience, he has led numerous projects through Annexus, assisting over 300 organizations, maybe more, maybe by the count get increased. And I think he has trained thousands, I don't count the number, the thousands of the executives in various domains, primarily in Lean and Six Sigma, and also in project management. Yeah. So thank you, Amitabh for joining the session today. I take this as an opportunity to welcome you, and then over to you, sir.
Yeah, so thanks, Sheikh. In fact, it's a pleasure to speak. I would say anything organized by you or hosted by you. It has been like a pleasure since a long time, as we have known each other for quite some time. And so thanks for that. Yeah, so let us talk about Lean and Six Sigma for manufacturing excellence. So Lean and Six Sigma is not only for manufacturing, it's for all the industries. But yeah, let us focus today on how it can help manufacturing industries. When yeah, so the agenda, what I'm going to run through this particular document is that first we will talk about what is Lean Six Sigma and what are Lean Six Sigma benefits. And also, I have also, Sheikh, I had also sent you one WhatsApp message from my Saudi mobile. So if you can just have a look at that. So yeah, so here, what is Lean Six Sigma? Lean Six Sigma benefits, introduction to Lean and Six Sigma. So we'll introduce. So I'm not sure how many of you are aware of Lean Six Sigma. You must have heard for sure. You must have heard about Lean Six Sigma, but maybe I'll introduce you to that. Then we will see if you claim that you know about Lean Six Sigma, because by the end of this particular session, if you are not aware of Lean Six Sigma, at least you can claim that you know a little bit of Lean Six Sigma. So the whole purpose is that to make you aware of what it is. And then not only that, I will show you one or two projects. Maybe I'm not sure how many projects I can show in this short duration. Maybe I'll take you through one project and tell you how Lean Six Sigma has impacted that particular organization and how you can do projects, multiple projects in any organization. So that's how the agenda would be today. If I am able to show more examples, why not? I'll try to have that. And also towards the end, we'll have a discussion. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. So let me first introduce to the organization. We have helped lots of organizations, 300,000 professionals, and thousands of projects completed in almost all domains. So when we are talking about Lean and Six Sigma, it is to improve any project. Lean and Six Sigma. And sorry, just give me 1 minute.
Please adjust the mic.
Yeah. Am I clear now?
Yes, it's very clear.
Yeah. So, yeah, so we have done quite a bit, and I'll try to share our experiences as much as possible. Now, can you I don't know if you are able to interact right now here, but try to guess. I'll just generally, if you look at these, these bullet points, uh, what are the similarities you can find? If you see a manufacturing company improves production by 30%, a hospital reduces discharge time, recruitment time is reduced in a multinational company, engineering company by 64%, hotel improves customer satisfaction, bank reduces errors, insurance, everything, so many things, so many things can be achieved using Lean and Six Sigma. All of them have one thing in common, and they are all Lean and Six Sigma projects. So someone asked me, suppose someone asked me, define Lean and Six Sigma in one sentence. So my answer would be that Lean and Six Sigma is an improvement methodology which converts any improvement opportunity into a project. Any improvement opportunity into project. And once you transform any improvement opportunity into a project, you complete the project. And once you complete the project, then after that, you gain some benefits out of it. It could be customer satisfaction, it could be reduction in cycle time, it could be reduction in errors, defects, or enhanced profit. So ultimately, it's everything is about money. So you will get good money if you implement Lean Six Sigma. That's what Lean Six Sigma is capable of. And we have done this for SABIC, Aramco, Alpha, the MDP World, ADNOC, so many companies. Like I've not gone giving you the list of all these companies because it will take a long time. In short, Lean Six Sigma reduces your costs, reduces your defects, reduces your waste, rework, cycle time, and increases your quality, production efficiency, productivity, customer satisfaction, capacity, profitability, and resilience. So, in short, in short, it is something what it does what CEO wants. So, who would not love a person who can, achieve all these things? So, every CEO would love such a person who's capable of achieving, these all these outputs. So, Lean and Six Sigma actually, the green belts and black belts are the people who are actually able to do that. Now, let us understand, from Lean Six Sigma, from where it is coming from, because if you understand the history a little bit, you will actually understand Lean Six Sigma more. So it all started in Motorola a long time ago, and Bob Galvin, the CEO of Motorola, he wanted to improve his organization by 5 times in the next 5 years. And he invited suggestions. And one of the suggestions was that why don't we apply statistical tools and techniques? And this was given by Bill Smith and Michael Harry. And Bob Galvin observed that Bill Smith and Michael Harry were using projects approach to improve a process. Say, for example, I'm just taking some example. Let's say machine downtime per week, if it is 8 hours, and if it is reduced from 8 hours to 2 hours, definitely the organization will improve its profitability and productivity. So what they would do is, Bill Smith and Michael Harry, they would choose a project around 6 months, typical 6 to 7 months project, and they would take up these improvement projects and complete them. And while they were doing it was these projects, they were doing this project. These projects would be using lots of data, statistical analysis, and only after finding the root causes through a statistical analysis, then only you could suggest improvements. And that's what they were following. And the best part about this approach was that they were able to get the right causes based on the data, and whatever solutions they offered really worked, and they had a huge impact on the organization. So Motorola achieved lots of benefits out of it. And GE's Jack Welch also was pretty impressed with this particular the Motorola embracing the Lean and Six Sigma methodology and winning a Malcolm Baldrige Award as well. A Malcolm Baldrige Award is the highest quality award in US, and it was instituted in 1988, and it was won by Motorola. So Motorola was the first recipient of Malcolm Baldrige Award, and Bob Gelvin said that it is because of Six Sigma. So GE's Jack Welch was so much impressed that he told all his employees that if you are not a green belt, I will not promote you. So if you need promotion, you should be a green belt. Now, let us understand who's a green belt or a black belt or a master black belt before we proceed. So I'll come to the organization, the structure of Six Sigma, how it is created. So typically, Lean Six Sigma infrastructure looks like they have got trained people, Lean Six Sigma trained people who would do projects. There are yellow belts, green belts, black belts, and master black belts. Yellow belts are the people who just know about Six Sigma. They can't do the project, but they can assist the green belts who can do the projects. Green belts are uh, the people. The green belts are the employees in the company who are trained in statistical tools and techniques, and they are also capable of doing a project. So when they undergo the training, they apply some of the tools and techniques to either a live project or using some example, they apply this, and then after within the 3 to 6 months, they complete a project. And similarly, black belt also, they are able to apply some high-end statistical tools and techniques because they are trained in some high-end complicated, so-called complicated statistical tools and techniques. Now they are not complicated at all nowadays. All softwares are available, so it's very easy to undergo a black belt training. And so they are able to do bigger or better projects, which saves some millions of dollars. And the master black belts are able to yeah, pieces, sorry. Sorry, actually, I'm on a holiday. I'm in Maldives right now. So, sorry for the disturbance. Yeah, so here, just to, I was talking about yellow belt, green belt, black belts, and master black belts. So, yellow belt, green belt, black belt, master black belts are the people who are actually, who can drive the Lean and Six Sigma organization towards success and also achieve the strategic business objectives of the organizations. That's the whole idea, whole idea of uh, uh, having a Lean Six Sigma in your team, a Lean Six Sigma green belts, black belts in your team. Also, just to add, who are master black belts? Master black belts are the people who can train the green belts and black belts. So they, of course, undergo some training. So typically 3 to 4 days of green belts training and 3 to 4 days of black belt training will make you respective belts, green belts or black belts. And around 4 to 5 days of master black belt training makes you a master black belt. Now, how would they make changes in the organization? So now, no, I can tell you the way we create, generally when we are doing Lean and Six Sigma implementation, and when we are uh, typically, uh, mm, you see, most of the times we are involved with the clients who tell us that they would like to implement Lean and Six Sigma organization wide. So in the whole organization, they would like to do, and that's the right way to do. So there are various ways of implementing Lean and Six Sigma. One is a bottoms-up approach, and one is top-down approach. Top-down is something which I always prefer, and that's what I recommend also. But it is not always possible to have the senior most management convinced, the CEO convinced, and that doesn't mean that organization should not experiment with Lean and Six Sigma. So sometimes we have seen that sometimes we train the people, the middle management and junior management also, or executive level employees. We train them as Lean Six Sigma green belts and black belts, and they do some projects, and then the organization sees the benefits, and then they embrace it, organization wide. Uh, but the better approach, as I was telling, is that you get hold of the CEO, the senior most management, and uh, expose them to the Lean and Six Sigma methodology and also tell them about what Lean Six Sigma is and what Lean Six Sigma is capable of doing. Now, once the senior management is engaged, once they are engaged, in such situations, what happens is they are able to drive this initiative for a long term. And Lean Six Sigma gives benefits on a long term basis. You can't expect the changes immediately overnight. So if you ask me, how much time it takes to see the real changes through Six Sigma, I would say at least 2 years, at least minimum 2 years, and then it goes on and on. For example, I had implemented Lean and Six Sigma in one of the polyethylene terephthalate plant around, that was in 1995, yeah, 1995, 6, 7. Yeah, quite some time back, around, say, 25 years ago or so, 25 or 28 years ago. And they're still running the initiative. They're still, and they're still reaping the benefits out of that whole initiative. Then I was also involved in, just to give an example, in 2002 in AXA, an insurance company, and I initiated that. I was part of the team which initiated Lean Six Sigma in the whole company, whole organization worldwide, and that was launched in Paris. And they're still running it. They're still getting the benefits and they're running it. And then again, another example, Maersk. Maersk is the shipping company. It's an important, everyone knows, everyone in supply chain knows about Maersk. So Maersk also, they have implemented Lean Six Sigma. Again, I was lucky to be part of the team in 2008 in Copenhagen when we launched it, and they are still, in the process of doing projects. Lots of green belts, lots of black belts, lots of master black belts have been created. In first 3 years, actually, I was part of that whole initiative, and I had done, and many organizations. Just wanted to tell you. So when you are doing Lean Six Sigma, try to get the senior management, and then once the senior management is engaged, we tell them to choose the projects. We tell them to choose the right projects in different businesses, different departments. If not businesses, then different departments. Try to have organization-wide involvement of all the people in Lean and Six Sigma, because if you start it in one location or one initiative, the other location starts, competing, and they start feeling left out, and then they start some other initiatives under some different name. That we are starting Kaizen, we are starting some TQM, and everything is almost the same. The tools and techniques are same. But then instead of focusing on improvement projects and benefiting the company and contributing to the strategic business objectives of the organization, you end up competing against each other. So competition is good, but not if it is fragmented. It is going to fragment your whole improvement initiative. So that's what we recommend, that first we engage the senior management, and then after that we choose the projects in different departments, and these projects, once chosen, are given to the green belts and black belts. Now, if I were to show you this in the form of a slide, let us see, if I'm able to explain, although it's a very, usually I conduct a 1 to 2 hour session on how to engage and how to start or initiate Lean Six Sigma and how to create an infrastructure out of it. But very quickly, in the next 2 to 3 minutes, I'll try to tell you how we should create a Lean and Six Sigma infrastructure. So generally, we get a steering committee, the senior management, and if possible, the quality head in a steering committee, and they also choose the champions or the sponsors who are the department heads, all the department heads. And then they nominate the black belts, the best performers in their team, and they are given improvement projects. So they are told to do Lean and Six Sigma improvement projects. So these black belts who are nominated, or who are the lucky ones, and also some green belts who also would be nominated simultaneously. So they together take up improvement projects. So say, for example, if I've chosen 25 people in a company, to be trained as green belt, and maybe, or let's say, I'll give a recent example. One of the companies where we recently launched Lean and Six Sigma around 4 months ago. So they chose 50 people, 50 people as green belt, and then out of the 25 were trained as black belt, and around 15 were trained as master black belts. So that's how you go around, go with that, and you generally choose the project right away. We prefer that the people who are coming to the training, green belts and black belts coming to the training, they should have projects. So we help the organization. I'm just telling about, sharing our experiences. We help the organization to choose the projects also. Sometimes the organizations do it themselves. So whichever way it is, and then you actually train the people. So then when you train the people, uh, we have a force-phased approach. Typically, you create an infrastructure, you conduct the training, you provide the project support over the next 3 to 4 months, and you present, you ask the people, the green belts and black belts, to present these projects. And once they present these projects to the senior management, so along with their approval and along with our uh, uh, approval, means both panels sit together from the organization as well as an access panel. They sit together and we certify you as a green belt or black belt. So that's how it works. So now a question would be in your mind that, uh, how many projects succeed? So I can tell you around uh, 30 to 40% of the projects are really successful, means they save some millions of dollars of savings for the organization. Around 20-30% of them are good, which can be categorized as like medium success, and around 20% are like okay, means they are also able to contribute. But as far as our experience goes, we have never seen any projects of failure unless it is withdrawn by the organization due to certain reasons. There could be many reasons, where the organization doesn't want to do any project, or they want to stop a particular project. But apart from that, it really succeeds. And the best part is it also changes the culture of the organization. So through this infrastructure, champions training, the senior management training, identifying the projects, green belt training, black belt training. Like for example, in one of the, sometimes we use different techniques, playing games, etc. So I have used certain techniques, a different type of, sometimes it's like fun, creating fun. People come. So people are there who are attending the training, who are, not only, coming for the training, but also doing the project. So we have initiated the project, and once together they initiate the project, they also succeed as well towards the end. And then they, talk about I'm not sure you are able to hear the video or not, but I'll just speak on whatever is spoken in the video. I'll just say that he's a black belt and he has completed a project, and this was done in UK. And he's saying, telling us some, you know, uh, some projects has saved millions of pounds for his organization. So this is how typically typically uh, any project is any Lean and Six Sigma initiative works. And over the long period of time, like for example, if you take Nakel, it is one of the, again, one of the biggest logistics company in Middle East. And there also they achieved long-term success, and their CEO is also talking about the whole success. Now, I'm not going to play the whole video for you, but uh, he is talking about overall in the last 10 years, how Lean Six Sigma totally transformed them. Then it made them a local company, from a local company, transformed them to a global company. So these are the things, kind of achievements you see when you implement Lean and Six Sigma. And we have seen it all for the last 30 years. I have been into Lean and Six Sigma, and I've seen these transformations many times. And the story is, again, it's like a deja vu for us. We keep seeing this when the people start to say, okay, will it work? will it we succeed? We just smile. We know that it will succeed. So such a beautiful methodology it is. Now DMAC, we are talking about DMAC. Let me tell you about how the projects are done. So what I will do, I'll choose one project which is actually this I had also presented in one of the conferences in American Society of Quality. But let me briefly talk about this. So this was a project to reduce the rig move time. Now I'm choosing a project because it is related to a little bit of logistics also, a little bit of because I wanted the whole example from manufacturing excellence, so manufacturing of oil to gel with the supply chain as well. So in supply chain, the time is very important. Every time you would like to reduce, every time you want to reduce the time. So many of the projects which reduce the time result in millions of dollars of savings for any organization. So they wanted to reduce the rig move time. And now, though, if you don't know what is rig move, let me explain that to you. And after that, I will tell you how the project was completed. So this project, see, rig move means when the oil well is drilled, after drilling the oil well, you shift that whole structure, dismantle the whole structure and take it to a new place. And then again, you assemble that whole structure and again drill an oil well. So moving from one place to another place, the whole process is known as a rig move. And they would like to reduce it because obviously they can drill more oil wells and they can also produce more oil. And that's what, because in existing oil, sometimes the existing oil wells, sometimes the oil is not there. So you have to keep moving, isn't it? Keep drilling new oil. So now this project was actually done for 3 different clients in 3 different countries. Once we did it for one country, the other country heard of it and they just invited us to do this. And this we did it for 2 more countries. So, I'm going to just we can't name obviously the clients, but I've combined all the findings into one presentation, and so you can just treat this as a combined presentation of multiple implementations in different countries of the same industry. So problem statement was that they wanted to reduce the rig move time was 5 to 7 days, and they wanted to reduce it to 3 days. And we did a project. So whenever you are doing a project, and most of you know the definition of projects. If you don't know, let me tell you in one sentence. Definition of a project is that anything which is a starting point and an end point. The project doesn't exist after some time. So Lean and Six Sigma, we do projects in a process. Process is repetitive in nature. By the way, this project is very near to me, near and dear to me, because I'm a chemical engineer, but I had forgotten about chemical engineering after I jumped into Lean and Six Sigma, because then there are so many industries, hospitals, banks, manufacturing, obviously, it's definitely there. But not always I get to wear this suit of a chemical engineer, which I was happy to wear. So you can see we are training them, and then we train the people from different nationalities come together. There were language barriers, but everyone understood the statistics and Lean and Six Sigma language. And we created a project charter. So typically, whenever you are doing a project, you create a charter and you write the problem and goal statement, as I just described, that it was 5 to 7 days, like move aside 5 to 7 days, and you want to reduce it to less than 3 days. We created a charter. And then we created a Gantt chart also. And we identified by when we will complete our different phases. Now, typically, whenever you are doing a project, you follow 5 stages, five stages. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. These are the 5 phases in Lean and Six Sigma implementation. And this is for every project. So if you are doing 20 projects, all 20 projects will follow DMAC. Yeah. Every project has to go through these 5 phases: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So here, as I was telling, this is how we complete the define phase. Then we start measuring. We collect the data. We collect the data, display the data using different tools and techniques. We also calculate the sigma level. Sigma level is something when sigma level is higher. If sigma level is higher, you are having less defects or errors in your process. Uh, Anything which dissatisfies the customer is an error or defect. So here, any rig move taking more than 4 days is a defect. So we calculate how many defects are there, and using some calculations, we find that we are at around 1 sigma. Now, a process with 6 sigma doesn't have any defect. Almost, they don't have any defect at all. Theoretically, they have 3 defects in 1 million opportunities. So obviously, you can say there are 0 defects. And we were at 1 sigma. So obviously, we were far away from our goal, and we wanted to, the overall objective was to reduce the rig move time, and any rig move should not, none of the rig moves should take place beyond 4 days. That will make a process a 6 sigma process. Not necessarily that you have to achieve 6 sigma within 5 to 6 months. You can move from 1 sigma to 3 sigma, 4 sigma, etc. So today, you are able to, your success rate is, let's say, 20%, move to 40% in the next 6 months. Again, take up another project and move from that level to next level. Keep on doing this. There's always a scope for improvement, as we believe. And even if you achieve 0 error, suppose you are able to move all rig moves take place within 4 days, then we can shift the target. Then our defect definition can again change. So what was 6 sigma process can again become 3 sigma. So whole idea is to improve. The whole mindset is to continuously improve the process. So now we start analyzing, and generally when we analyze, we have two ways to do. One is a process door, as they call, and one is data door. Process door, you map the process, you go to the field, see how the people are performing the job. For that, you have got one a specific name, a Japanese name, Gemba, go Gemba, go to the Gemba, and identify the waste. Identify the waste in your processes. So there are 7 or 8 kinds of waste. To identify the wastes, and try to reduce the waste as much as possible. And in that data door, you try to collect the data, analyze the data using different tools and techniques, and then you get your root causes, statistically validated root causes, and to get the solutions. So here we have got the Pareto 80-20 rule. Which are the biggest issues? Where are the biggest issues? You identify them. Gemba walk will give you lots of waste in the system, where you can identify some of the things which you can start doing right away, and they will make a huge impact. So you can reduce around 20 to 30% of the time was reduced just by doing Gemba walks and identifying the waste. But we wanted to reduce drastically, isn't it? So we get hold of all the team members, tell them to brainstorm, and they brainstorm all the possible causes. Then they filter them down using, again, further data, box plots, scatter plots, different types of statistical tools, regression analysis. For example, here, you are investigating whether the distance between the 2 rigs, is it impacting your rig move time? So usually you will have a thought that, if you have to move for 100 kilometers, it will take more time. If you have to just move for 2 kilometers, it will take less time. But unfortunately, that was not true. You can see that there's no relationship between the distance and the rig move time. So lots of things, lots of insights like these, they happen as you do a data-oriented analysis rather than applying just your human brain, which is highly emotional. So it is not analytical, unfortunately, and I'm sure many of you know that most of our decisions are based on emotions, not on logic. And so you don't have to rely on human mind to generate, give you the root causes. Yeah, solutions, maybe your mind can deliver excellent solutions, but not the root causes. So first find the root causes using your analytical tools, and then of course, apply your brain to generate creative ideas. Nowadays that is also outsourced to ChatGPT, but you can use that. Why not? So we use some high-end tools, etc. And then finally we came out with some causes, statistically validated root causes, and we did a brainstorming sessions, some great creative ideas. I'm not going to describe those ideas to you. Obviously, we had a some great ideas, some very creative, innovative ideas, and finally we were able to, reduce the uh, time, uh, which was statistically validated using relevant statistical tools, and that yes, there was a good difference, major difference between what was before and what was after. It actually saved a lot of money, and they were able to increase. They got almost 250 days of additional oil production. Whatever is the daily oil production that particular countries, they were able to produce almost 1 year, or not 1 year, but almost 2/3 of the year they were able to produce more. And just imagine the kinds of savings they get. So this is typically, every project is done. Any questions you have, please let me know. And I think now I would like the floor to open for questions. And in fact, I would like everyone to ask questions if you have any, and I'll be happy to answer. And yeah, so over to you.
Yeah. So thank you, Amitabh ji, for very nice session. So there are a few questions. I think we have live. We are also live in YouTube channel. So we get some answer questions from there. So let me take it one by one. So now Six Sigma being a very successful methodology for achieving operational excellence, that is great. That we are speaking to an expert. So now the question is, Six Sigma uh, needs a lot of statistical know-how to understand it and to execute it properly. Okay. So how does AI, artificial intelligence, either it supports or either make the Six Sigma projects a little easier? So what is the way forward? What do you think? How does that AI impact Six Sigma projects going forward?
Yeah, so AI has impacted almost all aspects of the industries, and so obviously here again, AI, as always, is a servant, not a master, as uh, most of us now know by now. AI becomes again a tool, one of the tools used in the whole Lean and Six Sigma methodology. So probably it can be used partly in analyze phase and partly in improve phase. So forming the team, etc. Obviously, AI will not help, and framing the charter, linking everything to strategy, etc. Engaging the senior management. Till now, AI has got limitations. So I'm talking about the current status of AI, and we are just for those who are going to see this video in the future. We are in 2024 end, and going by what AI is capable of doing today, as of now. So I'll talk about both present and maybe future also. So what AI is capable of doing today is doing predictive analysis, and also it can help you in root cause analysis. So there, but which X factors you need to choose, that has to be right now still, to be chosen by a human. So with a limited uh, you know, application of AI in present to circumstances. Lean and Six Sigma, in fact, we ourselves have done it. We are doing it for right now. There are 4 clients where we are implementing Lean and Six Sigma, and almost in all 4, we have used predictive analysis to predict. In one case, we have predicted the in the warehouses, the stores, the availability. We have increased the availability of the SKUs uh, in one of the very, very big retail giants in Middle East. In fact, there are 2 of them in 2 different countries where we have used that. So that is one thing. And AI, if I just give a simple example, everyone understands ChatGPT. It can give you absolutely great solutions. And just first you get the root cause, and once you get the root cause, you ask ChatGPT, how others are, improving this particular this root cause, how other companies are taking care of that, and it gives you very specific solution rather than asking, how I can increase the sales, and it will give you 10 different ideas, and nothing will happen after that. But here, after doing a proper analysis, Lean and Six Sigma analysis, proper statistical analysis, you are asking ChatGPT especially a very, very focused question, and there you help. So two ways AI can help. In future, if you want me to, if you are fine, if I can add, in future, a lot of things can happen. Then Lean and Six Sigma whole DMAC can be automated. Everything can be automated. So you have the ongoing data process collection from the organizations. Uh, uh, the DMAC can be applied directly. The processes can be analyzed automatically. And once they get analyzed automatically, it also knows which are the weaker areas, which are the issues. It also gets the solutions, and also recommends the solution. Or if you want them to implement the solution, also make changes. If you are talking about manufacturing, the changes of reactor temperatures and pressures can be based on what happens in the strategic meeting in the board of directors when they're meeting. Once they come out with their direction, the temperature of the reactors and the flow rates of the in the pipelines can vary according to what strategy is this. So that is like a end-to-end integration. It may happen in the future. That's what we all dream of. It's far away, I think, not going to happen, at least for the next 10 years. But yeah, it is also likely to happen. So those who are youngsters, who are in their early 20s, they can think on those lines. So still Lean Six Sigma would be interesting to them as well that time also. Apart from that, AI has got a bigger use in innovation. So there's another aspect which I did not touch upon in our presentation, something called designing a new process, designing a new product. There are also lots of tools are there. Their AI can also help you. So that creativity for the innovation which is required, which human mind has got certain limitations. This is not there in AI, so there also AI can help.
Second. Hear me, Amitabh?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Now I can hear you.
Yeah, now there is some problem. Okay. So one use case or one application, how to do the AI into Six Sigma is, if you have the data of whether it could be a production or whatever. Okay, so now earlier using Six Sigma, we used to find out Sigma, and then do all sort of statistical analysis, either using Minitab or any other statistical solution. It could be an Excel or whatever. So now what I see, Amitabh, is you have the data and you know what is required. Then you can ask ChatGPT to do that analysis for you. So if you give that Excel file and do it, so it will give the results. So It will help you in doing statistical analysis, provided you know what it is, what analysis, what is output and all. If you know it, ChatGPT can help. So, so this makes the whole Six Sigma project little easier to it. So, of course, it does not replace everything, but that analysis part would be a great help for the Six Sigma projects.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. And nowadays we are doing it. Like our speed of delivering projects has increased a lot. So we are simultaneously completed sometime. We are at this point of time, 150 projects are simultaneously being, done by our team of around 15 master black belts. So it's a good, you know, uh, earlier we could not even think of 15 master black belts could hardly do maybe 20 projects. Now we are able to handle 150 projects and more also. We are capable of handling more. Give me more, as they say. We are trying to get some more clients also.
Yeah. So from the operational excellence point of view, application of Six Sigma. So based on your experience, Amitabh, so what are the areas you can improve in generic manufacturing units? What are the areas it can be improved, like a 3, 4 areas where you can improve uh, the processes? And also, what is advice for 2025 for the manufacturing executives who are not embedded into embarked into Six Sigma so far? So, what is your advice?
Yeah. So the first part is that uh, uh, in manufacturing, you can easily increase the production by, see, 10% is definitely possible. Whatever is your production today, 10% can be easily achieved by Lean and Six Sigma within 6 months. So it's not a it's something which very easily achievable. Sometimes it could be 20, 25, depends on the situation. Then apart from that, it also, touches upon the supply chain part, because see, raw materials also have to be um, uh, obtained at the right time, at the right pace. It's not too early, it should not be too late as well. So lean part actually really works very wonderfully well there. You can use that in supply chain also. Then in quality, towards the end, the inspection, checking, which we say inspection is a non-value-added activity, but sometimes required, because if you are sure that you are producing defects or defective products, you have to have his quality. Their analysis really can be very helpful, and then taking corrective actions. Lean Six Sigma can help you. And also, Lean Six Sigma can help you to even implement your strategic objectives, whatever strategies you have created, whatever the company has the vision, and they would like to uh, implement those. They have framed some strategies, and they would like to implement those strategies. So, whichever are the weak areas, you can always implement Lean and Six Sigma there. So, in these four areas, as you asked, this very, very important. Lean Six Sigma can play a great role, apart from a lot of other areas in maintenance and uh, uh, routine interruptions, etc. It can really help well. Uh, uh, 2025, how we foresee 2025, uh, I would say, you know, now 2025, in the next 6 months, I don't think anything great or different is going to come. And what a second half is going to bring depends on what we see in the 2025. That's how the predictions are done nowadays. Earlier we could predict the thing scenario 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the line. But these predictions are now like becoming more and more difficult, but at the risk of totally going wrong, you know, I can make these predictions. The first thing which we will see uh, in the 2025 is that the integration of the strategy. In fact, I know your organization is doing a great job there. That part actually has to be embraced by everyone. Lot of companies have embraced that. See, the integration of the whole system, as we call it, systems thinking of Edward Deming. Now, that is unfortunately missing, except for the big organizations and MNCs. I'm not talking about them at all. I'm talking about millions of companies who are out there, who are totally not aware what is a vision statement, mission statement, what is a strategy, and even if they know, maybe the CEO knows about it, but not definitely the all the employees. So that whole integration of that vision within the organization and driving the organization with a proper direction is totally missing. That part I see 2025 onwards is something which is a big gap in the whole industry today. It's
It's
going
correct.
to fill
That's correct.
it, at least it will bridge that gap, the huge gap what we see today
Yeah,
exists.
yeah.
It will be
So,
bridged. So that I think is something which we see.
yes,
All other part, these projects and improvements will keep on happening. For the last 30 years, I have seen that happening, and it will keep on happening. But something new which we see, and it is also happening. We saw in some organizations where we are consulting. It's actually people are becoming aware of these
fair
things.
of it. The only problem, Amitabh, is people are more silo thinking. Even with methodologies, also people still think silo, because I am adopting one methodology and they don't want to look into other things. Okay, so that is the reason, we, as we have had one session earlier. So how to align strategy to the operational excellence. So how to define what to improve is one of the key area. Then once we identify what to improve, then how to improve Six Sigma is there. Okay, Lean and Six Sigma can definitely help you, but how to improve, what to improve is something will bridge the gap. And our solution through strategy is we are trying to do that, helping organizations. So great. So thank you, Amitabh, for joining in your vacation. Have a great time there.
Yeah.